Trading Off Tilt. I'm Brandon. Today I'm going to be going over Ethereum's Elliott Wave count. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. I'm going to first start off by showing you guys my macro count, which is going to kind of provide a foundation for all the counts I'm going to show you guys today. So let's go ahead and show you guys that. So it's pretty similar to Bitcoin's count. I'm still considering this a wave 4 right here because you don't really see any other correction that has the same depth of price retracement or time duration to kind of match this wave 2 right here. And also this wave 1 just seems too impulsive to be corrective for me. So I'm considering this a primary wave 1 and a primary wave 2 down here, which means that this is most likely a primary wave 4 right here. So let's keep this count on, and I'm going to go through a few counts to show you guys the possibilities that could be playing out. So the first one is very similar to the one that I showed you guys on Bitcoin a couple days ago, and that would be an expanded flat or a running flat. So let's zoom in a little bit more just to show you guys what it looks like. The thing is for Ethereum is that Ethereum compared to Bitcoin is actually a lot more bullish right now because Bitcoin made this low on about the same day as Ethereum made this low. However, Ethereum is still hovering up here. And while Bitcoin almost took out this low, Ethereum didn't even come anywhere near this low. So it does cause a little bit of introspection on whether Ethereum is in the same count as Bitcoin or not. But I still think it's a possibility that Ethereum could just be a little bit behind Bitcoin. And even though it hasn't made that deep of a retracement compared to Bitcoin, we just have yet to see it really start falling off a cliff if it is in a flat count. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to show you guys this count a little bit more in depth. So I would count this as a wave 1. I was considering putting a wave, maybe this being an A, B, C. But this wave A would be so short compared to this wave C, and also this C segment just does not make a very nice impulse if this is a zigzag of some sort. So I think it's more likely this is an impulse ending right here. So the wave 1 ended right here, and this started a wave 2, or this could also be a wave A, B, C. But I'll get into those counts a little bit later. So I'm putting the wave 1 right here, and then this was some sort of wave 2. I think on some other exchanges I have my count for this part, but I think what I put for this section was something along the lines of A, B, C, a W. I think actually I put WX, I think I put the W wave right here. For some sort of ABC, and this would be a flat, so some sort of ABC for a flat, and this would also be a very impulsive zigzag, in which case the A is very short compared to the wave C. So I'm not exactly sure if that is the wave. There's multiple ways to interpret this wave 2. I think that's what I put on some other exchanges. But anyways, let's move on. If this were to all be a minor wave 1 and this were to be a minor wave 2, then I would say this would be the start of the third minor wave. And it's debatable. This could all be, or rather, yeah, I think this would be the start of the minor wave 3. However, this section right here could all be of the same degree as this section. So this could be a very quick wave 1, minute wave 1, and this could be a very prolonged kind of consolidation sort of wave 2 instead of this being of a smaller degree. And it would make a little bit more sense. Well, it would make sense, period, because this section right here, you could make an impulse out of it, but it doesn't look nice. It looks more like an A, B, C. If you were to make an impulse out of it, you'd have to say this would be in wave 1, for wave 2, wave 3, 4, 5 for some sort of diagonal. something like this, but the shape of it and also the volume profile just don't really match up perfectly. So what I were to, if I were to interpret this, I probably would put this minute wave 2 somewhere up here. So it does something like an A, B, C, and then we keep going down. And keep in mind that this wave 1 would be a lot shorter to this compared to this minor wave 3 because they're both of the same degree. So this would be a very extended wave 3 in both presumably time duration. Well, we know time duration, but presumably price retracement as well. So that's all I'm going to go over for the expanded flat count. Now let's kind of get into some other more interesting counts that I have on. Which the first one, keeping this macro count on, the first bullish count that I have right now would actually be that this was all on AB. Well, I'm going to zoom out to show you guys a little bit more detail to kind of give you guys a better idea of what it looks like. So this would actually be, in this case, this primary wave 4 would have ended right here. Just to clarify, we're just going to keep it here for now. I'll zoom into this section right here. Oh, actually I was going to show you guys one more thing. So also in this count, this would all be an intermediate wave 1 up here, where this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the intermediate wave 1, down for the intermediate wave 2 for an A, B, C, and then currently we're in an extended wave, intermediate wave 3. Which this would be something like this, where this is a wave 1, this would have been a wave 2, coming up for the wave 3, 4, 5 for the intermediate wave 3. So that's what it would look like in this count right here. So let's zoom in a little bit to give you guys some more detail on what it looks like. If this were to be the correct count, then this would all be an leading diagonal right here, where this would be a wave 1, down for a wave 2, up for a wave 3, 4. And this wave 3 does look a little bit more impulsive, I have to admit. So that's one criticism that I'd give to this count right here. And also another one is that the volume profile of this, the volume profile of this, let's see. Okay, so it's not perfect because you do want to see declining volume throughout this. Oops, I keep messing up with this brush tool. You do want to see declining volume throughout this diagonal. And you kind of get that for the most part, at least at the beginning. But then you get a spike of volume right here. So that's another criticism you could give to this count right here. But you're never going to get a perfect diagonal, or you're never going to get a perfect Elliott wave pattern for that matter. So you can't really give too much weight to these things. I think this could definitely be a diagonal. I just want to mention the criticisms because I know people are going to be probably thinking them in their head. I want to mention them also for educational purposes. So this would all be the minor wave 1, to clarify. This would be the wave 2, and then this would be the start of a minute wave 1. So in this case, also another criticism, I'm mainly doing this for educational purposes, mainly criticizing these counts just to kind of give you the other side. But I would say the fact that this impulse up doesn't really come in 5 waves, you could probably, if you're considering this a wave 3, the end of a wave 3 right here, and this is a wave 4, then you don't really find a wave 1 and a wave 2 that have any symmetry to this wave 3 and this wave 4. And even if you zoom in, it's a little bit hard to make a 5-wave impulse out of it. So that's my main criticism of this count right here. Alternatively, even with this count, you could still say this is a wave A of the same degree. This is a minute wave A. So in other words, this wave 2 is more prolonged and it's taking a little bit longer. Instead of this being an impulse, the first impulse wave up, this is just a longer wave 2. That's another way of interpreting it. But this would just basically mean that we're not going to get a deeper retracement, and we're going to, in fact, maybe consolidate a little bit longer and start impulsing up out of here. So that's the second count that I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys probably one or two more before I wrap up this video. Let's zoom out a little bit more. And once again, keeping this same count, this is the foundation that I'm kind of using, because I think, like I mentioned earlier, I just think the likelihood of this being a wave 4 is much greater than saying this is a wave 4, because to clarify, this wave 4, the time duration doesn't come anywhere close to the time duration of this wave 2. And I know there's altercation in Elliott waves. You don't want to see the exact price retracement or the exact time duration taken to complete the same correction of the same degree, for example, or not the same correction, but corrections within the same degree. So for example, you don't want to see a wave 2 typically of a larger degree, such as primary degree, take anywhere near 3 times of a wave 4. It's just not that common. So that's why I would say it's less likely that a wave 4 ended right here, but it is possible. So that is possible. We have seen some pretty crazy things in history and also just in cryptocurrency in general. So I'm not going to count that out as an option. I just kind of wanted to mention that to give my perspective on that in general. So yeah, the last count the last couple counts maybe that I wanted to show you guys would be, let's see. So this one is more of a trivia count. I don't really have a ton of thought that I put into it, but it could be possible, and let's keep that macro count on. So it does not look perfect, I know, but I was just thinking what other counts could be possible. And if this wave 4 did in fact end here, then perhaps this is all a leading diagonal for the intermediate wave 1, and we're coming down for this intermediate wave 2, in which case it would look something, presumably if it's a leading diagonal of a wave 1, it's probably going to be a zigzag correction based on probabilities. So this could be a wave 1 down here. Oh, well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I think in general this would probably be some sort of zigzag. So this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, then come back down for that wave C to complete the wave 2. And since it's a leading diagonal, it would probably retrace pretty deeply. So I'd be looking for this 0.786 or the 0.886 retracement levels if this count were correct. So I'm not going to go too much into this count right now, but I do want to mention that it also isn't really that perfect. I mean, as we go up, the volume kind of stays consistent. So that does violate, or it doesn't violate, but it doesn't really add great confluence to a lot of the bullish counts. In which case, for example, this count, it doesn't add a ton of great confluence to this count, because if this is an intermediate wave 3, you do want to see volume picking up throughout here, but you don't really see a lot of volume picking up. It's mainly the same throughout. But with that same principle, if this is a leading diagonal, then you want to see decreasing volume. And you kind of do see that a little bit. You do see some volume spikes up here and here. And it definitely is possible. I mean, I think since the volume isn't increasing and it's actually downsloping a little bit more than it is upsloping, as you can see based on this moving average line. So it's possible, but I just wanted to throw that out for you, throw this kind of trivia count out there for you guys, just to kind of give you some things to think about. And the last count that I wanted to share with you guys, I'm not going to go too into detail into these counts in this video, because I just kind of want to show you guys all the possibilities that I'm considering. But the last count would be this it would be this running triangle, in which case this would all be a wave A, this would be a wave B, we're coming down for the wave C, so this would probably be some sort of WXY is my best guess. WXYs tend to be pretty common in wave Cs of triangles. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a running triangle, that we do see some sort of A, some sort of B, some sort of C, like that. But that's another possibility. I'm not going to go too into detail like I mentioned. And once again, with this running triangle, you do want to see decreasing volume, kind of similar to this leading diagonal. But for this, you do want to see decreasing volume as we make our way down here and make our way up here for this wave D. So if you don't see decreasing volume and you in fact see increasing volume, I would say that's an indicator this probably isn't the correct count. So yeah, that's basically those are basically all the counts I want to show you. Well, actually, there's one more. It is a WXY, where this would be presuming that this is still the bullish count. And this was some W, this was some X, and this was some Y, in which case we might retrace down here, but we're probably not going to retrace all the way down here at these lows like we would if it were the flat count. So let me see if okay. So what else do I want to show you guys? Yeah. So I think most of these counts have us going a little bit lower. Really, the only count that I have that doesn't have us going a little bit lower, at least a little bit lower, I should mention, is this one right here. And it's really up for you guys to decide how likely this count is. I would say, in my opinion, it's less likely than the flat count right now, because I just don't really see volume picking up that well. Actually, in this wave 1, you do see a pretty big spike of volume, but like I mentioned, it's really hard to say, because also Bitcoin appears to be more in a flat count, so it would be hard to say that this is a bullish count if you're saying. Or it would be hard to say that it's more likely this is a bullish count if Bitcoin is in a more bearish flat count. But I'm going to go ahead and kind of give you guys my opinion. I think that we most likely will come a little bit lower on not Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin too, but on Ethereum, because we haven't really tapped any major areas of support. For example, if this is all a wave 1 and a wave 2 of the same degree, I would have expected this to at least tap this 0.618 or this golden pocket area of support, and it hasn't done that quite yet. So I am expecting, and also this move up does seem kind of a little bit like consolidation before another move down. So we are ranging up, and Bitcoin has been getting a pump. So I could see people getting a little bit more bearish and starting to open their longs again, thinking that we have bottomed out. And then in fact, we just come back up to the top of the range perhaps, or even not. Maybe we don't even make it that far up, and then we just collapse. That's my personal opinion on what I think is going to happen, until I'm proven otherwise. Until we start making higher highs like this, then I'll start invalidating some of these more bearish counts. But for now, it makes more sense for me based on the volume profile, just kind of decreasing. Well, actually, to be honest, if it's decreasing as it's decreasing as it's consolidating. So that to me tells me that we're probably, as it continues to decrease, we're probably just gonna range up here on decreasing volume, and then finally get the water flow or the waterfall down. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on what I think is going to happen. Also, besides Elliott Waves, I'll just go ahead and show you guys some things that I have on my charts. So we do have this pitchfork that is pretty well respected for the most part. As you can see, this middle line, this middle line has been pretty well respected throughout. You can see there's bounces basically around the middle line, around here, even around here, here, and here. And also it predicted the top of this rise right here. So I'm definitely going to keep this pitchfork. It's actually, to clarify, it's a shift pitchfork. So regardless of what we see moving down here, I'm definitely going to be watching this level right here, especially because it coincides with this golden pocket right here, as well as I think there's something else that it coincides with. Yep, this Fibonacci speed fan, this 0.618 of this Fibonacci speed fan. So especially if we do get a dump down here, if we start getting a decrease in price pretty soon, that would just be aside from Elliott waves, this would be the perfect kind of setup to get this golden pocket, the bottom of this well-respected pitchfork, and also this Fibonacci speed fan all coinciding at once. And also it does kind of give you a swing failure trade of these lows. So you could think of it as taking out the liquidity below these lows as we come into support. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you. That's basically all I wanted to show you guys in this video. I just wanted to kind of, in this video, go through it all at once instead of cutting it up into different sections, just to kind of make it a little bit easier for you guys to compare the different counts side by side. Okay, so that's all I'm going to cover for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you guys envision some different possibilities that we could see playing out. I will be going to some more depth in some future videos on the more kind of local counts, but I just wanted to show you guys all the macro counts that I have as possibilities right now. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if you want to see anything in the future, and also leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. And come join us on Discord. I have a Discord link in the description. So if you want to come join us on Discord and share your analysis, and also just view the analysis of me and others in the group, then click the link below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.